Well, here we go. Southern Highlights is a new podcast. Myself, Todd Brown, and Sean Dunaway. I am originally from Folsom, Louisiana. Sean, we've just met recently.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting turn of events where we had to get the equipment, where we had to, of course, come up with our theme. I think our main goal is for stories from people from the South. I'd like to find some interesting stories, and I think you would too, not just about music, even though we're going to angle. You have a big background in music, Sean.
Yeah, that's most of the things that I do is all music.
Right. So, where were you born?
I was born in Florida, but my important years were grew up here.
Grew up here?
Yeah, so I moved here to junior high and then started high school not too far after that, and just, the molded years.
Right, of course, yeah, Covington High, and you went to Fountain Blue?
I went to Fountain Blue High.
Fountain Blue High. Shout out to Covington High and Fountain Blue High. Hoorah. So when did you pick up the music business, I guess?
Well, I begged my dad for a drum set for probably 10 years. Before he ever bought me one as a child. I was always like, I'm going to play the drums. And no one took me serious. And then I started playing in church. It's a crazy story, actually. I was just a youth pastor. He played drums for the church. And one day I was 13. I was like, hey, can I try that? And he goes, sure. And I just could do exactly what he did. I could just do the basic beat.
Wow.
And he goes, all right, you're playing every Tuesday for youth. And I was like, what?
You were hooked after that.
Well, I was hooked, but he said that I sounded exactly like him. I'm a kid, I don't know any better. I probably did not sound good.
Right.
But he made me keep playing, and I played every Sunday or every Tuesday for youth group. And I could go there after school and just play on the drums.
Tear it up.
Yeah.
Tear it up.
And then my dad was finally like, okay, I guess I'll buy you a drum set. Because turns out you do enjoy it.
You're talented, yeah. You're very talented.
So, yeah, I've been playing ever since, 21 years.
So then you got with, how many bands were you with before 12 Stones? That's right, people. 12 Stones drummer.
So, two main bands. Yeah. So, a buddy of mine, Tyler, who's going to be on an episode.
Tyler Forrest.
Yeah.
New movie coming out.
Dirty South?
Dirty South.
Yeah, it comes out in December of this year, 2023.
Very exciting.
And, Tyler scored it, and I got to play drums on the entire movie, and we did a lot of the audio in my home studio.
Awesome.
Or extension of my home studio.
Did you ever think you'd be doing that?
I mean, I hoped.
You hoped. It was a goal, right?
The goal is to just make money playing music.
Right.
In whatever medium that may be, I don't care. As long as I'm getting to do something I enjoy doing.
Right, of course.
But back to what
back
you guys
to the
said.
band.
Yeah, just two bands. Both were with Tyler. I was 16. We started a metal band because what 16-year-old kid doesn't want to start a metal band?
Hard rock.
But yeah, so we did that, and then we later formed like a punk band, pop rock punk band.
Really?
Yeah, we did that for a long time, and it got pretty successful. And then I kind of took a step back from music, and at least from being in a band. Then I just kind of did hired work,
right,
for a while, and then after that, I joined 12 Stones. Kind of joined. I was actually asked to just fill in for a tour. They hadn't toured in a couple of years, and they wanted to start touring again, so they asked me to
go on the road. And go on the road.
Yeah, one of the guys that I knew that was like, hey, 12 Stones is looking for somebody to do it. And I was like, okay. So I went and I did 2 or 3 weeks with them on tour. And then when I got back, they were like, hey, you're pretty cool and you're pretty good. You wanna keep doing it? And I just haven't left. I've just been doing it ever since. So.
And now I've drugged you into the podcast.
Just another medium.
Just another medium. Yeah, I'm glad we're partners in it, and I'm looking forward to the future. We have a bunch of upcoming guests. Dave Fortman, Aaron Ray. I just verified that a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Virginia, a young artist. Love her music. You'll hear more eventually. Tyler Forrest, again, his movie, The Dirty South's coming out very soon. Can't wait. I'm very proud of him. He's an old Beta boy, Beta Springs boy.
Yep.
So, and then of course Dave Fortman. He's going to be on. Dave and I went to high school together. Of course, anybody from Covington High back in the day, back in the 80s, shows my age, remembers Dave Fortman, Ugly Kid Joe. He's produced Evanescence. He's got a great stories. We did a bunch of, we can tell him, we did a few podcasts that were audio.
Yeah, and, we just did a couple of trial runs, so to speak, to just kind of get familiar with how this works and how to do it. They're just audio. The video looks terrible. But if you guys are interested in just listening to the audio, I'd be happy to, and Tom, I'm sure if you want to release them, we can.
Right. Give us some feedback. If you'd like to hear the story from Dave Fortman, we're going to go into this intricately more now that we have the equipment. That took a little doing, so now we're finally getting set up properly. Yeah. And we're going to do some on-site locations. We've got a bunch of historical, hopefully. No, we've got a bunch of fun upcoming events.
Speaking of upcoming events, we got a really important one coming up. Yes. Sunday, October 1st.
October 1st, 2 to 7. Of course, the Saints are playing. Won't go there, but they're playing this Sunday. It's for Georgie Strong. Tara, one of our friends from Ruby's Roadhouse, is sponsoring an event on Sunday. It's a fundraiser, so everybody needs to come out. I think it's great to see the community come together. I think it's wonderful, all the participation from Danny Sinclair, Kami Sinclair, the Tent Man's boosting it. I mean, we've got, I know I'm not naming everybody. Fred and Diane from Ruby's, of course, are sponsoring it. It's going to be a wonderful event. All right, so once again, Tall Roots will be opening up. That's Ben Lyons and John and Phil. Phil is a great musician. John is a great bass player, and Ben's one of my good friends. He is the drummer, which y'all have in common. I think you've seen his drums. He's got a nice set. Yep. And then second is going to be Three Rivers Band, Chris Bidding's band. These guys are great. If you haven't seen them, get out and see these two bands for sure. And the third band is going to be Sugar Bomb. Sugar Bomb's had a few changes, I think, we've heard recently.
Yep.
But they'll be closing it, winding it up at the end.
I've played with Sugar Bomb before. Not with them, but I've played a show with them before. They're
talented,
great.
Yeah,
They're
very
great.
talented.
Yeah,
So.
they're fun to watch.
Yeah, and what's really neat is, I don't know if we're going to get some of the people that are in the Ozone Songwriters Group. I don't know if anybody's heard of that. It's a great group of original songwriters and musicians. You know what I found out the other day, Sean? They actually buy instruments for kids that are trying to get into the music business. Yeah, they donate horns, they donate fiddle.
Is this the guy who has
violins? Greg Barnhill?
Okay, Greg Barnhill. Okay. Yeah. He has a partner or somebody helps him with it. If I'm not mistaken.
I mean, Michael Blanche. Michael Blanche is on the committee.
That might be the name that sounds familiar.
Michael ran for mayor last year, so that's a common name. Michael and I were in the military together. We ran Katrina together, so a few things. But back to the subject, they're going to have food. They're going to have 3 bands. It's going for a great, I think it's $20. Not much, okay, for everything that's going to be happening that day.
All proceeds go to help him.
To Georgie,
to help him, Georgie and his family.
Yeah. He was in that bad accident right by the lakefront. Sad to say, a child lost his life, but Georgie lived. Georgie was in a coma, and now he's going through rehab. I mean, if anybody knows the amount of not only stress, prayers. Tara was telling me a story one night about she was at the hospital and all the different denominations. I thought that was very nice that, forget about being, I'm just this religion. Just look, happy thoughts, good caring prayers, whatever it is, the communities really come together. I can't wait to see the turnout. I really can't. Tara said she was moved by it, because God works in mysterious ways. and he's still alive. You know, now he's going to go through his rehab. So any donations you have are welcome. Just go by the bar, or they have Georgie hashtag Georgie Strong. So just
in the event that they can give me a link before I release this, I'll put a link in the description. If not, to just ignore that whole thing. So if you can come out to the event and we can take care of it there, that'd be great. So
and we'll be there. We're gonna do some filming that day, right? Yeah.
We're gonna do some filming.
A few interviews. So.
The stuff a little more chaotic than what we're doing right now. Right. A lot of just in people's face, asking them stupid questions.
Right. Trying to have fun. I mean, most everybody I know, has stories. And we're from the South. So, of course, Southern people, especially from the New Orleans metro areas, got some good stories. Mm-hmm. You know, and then you go further, even, you're from Florida. That's still the South. Dave's living in Florida, Virginia. I mean, we've got all kind of interesting people coming up.
Some crazy people coming up.
Yeah. I've got one guy, and I'll share this with you. He's got some of the best stories from the 50s and 60s and 70s. He started in a rock and roll band, and it's amazing. So, and if you have any thoughts, put them in the comments about who you'd like to hear stories from. I'm all about that.
Yeah, too, so. Anything. And it doesn't have to be music related. One of the guys we're going to have on here, a friend of mine, but he's a professional axe thrower. It's a fun sport to get into.
Yeah, hold the press. Yeah,
fun sport to get into.
When did you start this sport?
So, okay. All right, cat's out the bag. I throw axes. Yes. I started about a year and a half ago, maybe close to, not 2 years, about a year, a little over a year and a half ago.
What was your, let's now that I can ask a question, what was your first throwing an axe story? Well, I think this will be interesting.
Well, it's just there. This place opened up, it's called Skull Axe Throwing. It opened up close to my house, and I went there, recommendation from a friend of mine, and he goes, yeah, go do it. It's like Viking, and they have cool food. So I was like, all right, awesome, I'll do it. So I go, and I was terrible at it. It sucked. And then I figured out how to do it. And then from that moment on, I was hooked.
Right.
So I went again with another group of people, and liked it. And I met Sierra, who was at the time managing the place. She was the general manager, and she goes, "If you enjoy it, we're doing a tournament."
Tournament.
Yeah, and I was like, "What?" Yeah, it's like we just opened. It's our first tournament. So I entered this tournament, and I think it was like 16 people, and I didn't do as well as I had hoped, but I did okay. I think I got to like
Top.
7th or 8th place.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe 6th place.
But you fell in love.
But I fell in love with it. And the guys that all won, they at the time worked there, and
so they got to practice a lot.
And then they told us they're doing a league.
Oh, really?
And the league works a lot like anybody who's ever done a bowling league or a pool league.
Dart league.
Yeah, dart league.
Okay,
it's once a night, or it's once a week, 8 weeks per season, and you
get ranked. Huh?
Yeah, you get ranked, and
that's what.
So the WATL, which is the World Axe Throwing League Association. So WATL, if you do a sanctioned league through them, you get ranked, and you go through everything, and it holds all your metrics, and it's super fun and really competitive if you get into it.
It sounds fun. It really does.
It is.
I did see that you did show me a snip of the video. It looked like you were throwing darts and you nailed it.
Yeah, everybody has their own throw. Mine is real subtle, one small. But,
well, I see the guys doing the overhead like they're going to clobber somebody.
And some guys can do it and make it work. My brother, he's kind of gotten into it.
He throws like that?
He still throws like that. They call it the tomahawk throw.
Well, I have to try it. I got to try it.
And if you can get it to stick, that's half the battle is just sticking to the wood.
Right, and not hitting it wrong.
Yeah. Now, after you can stick the wood, then you start going for the bullseye.
Right.
So the bullseye is 1.5 inches in diameter. It's in the middle of the board. And 12 feet away with an axe, it's not the easiest thing in the world to hit. So.
Right. When I was in the Army, give me an M16, I could do that. I can't do it with an axe. I want to try though.
I'm addicted to it. But my buddy Kyle, he's really good too. him and I go neck and neck with each other.
Really? He's good, huh?
Yeah. To date, I've won 3 of the seasons. He's won 3 of the seasons.
Oh, wow. He's a competitor for sure.
Yeah, but
brother.
And then every tournament that we've done has come down to him and I battling it out,
battle axing it out.
I think in tournaments, I think I've won 2 tournaments, and he's won 3 of them.
Oh wow!
So he's got me in the tournaments right now.
So you're ranked now, right? Let's get to the bottom.
Yeah. So the new season just started. So as of right now, I'm currently unranked.
Unranked.
Yeah. The new season will start, sometime in the following week, and then I'll get re-ranked, and then what I showed you is after the 8 weeks after the
after the finale,
after the season
ends, right?
Yeah, because if you rank yourself in the middle of the season,
you can get knocked out.
Any given Sunday, something could happen, and
like the Saints.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a sore subject around here. Yeah, it's fun though. I'm addicted. If you haven't tried Axel, if you're in the Covington area, please go there. Please go
support your local business for number 1.
If you're interested in running a league, email the podcast. Email our email. Ask me any questions you want. It's so fun, and I would encourage everybody to do it. So.
And we'll have it. We just signed on to TikTok. This is baby steps for us. This is all new. But I think we got a good lineup, I'd say, for the year coming up.
I think it's
we're going to do some location shots. We talked about that earlier. We've been talking about, but location to interview people, location for Manual Lakefront. We've got a lot of hot spots we're going to try.
We want to make it a podcast. We want to do something a little bit different,
Right.
Not just
sit in a room like
not just sitting in a room stagnant all the time. We want to go out and meet people.
And hear their stories. I mean, that's the whole thing about Southern Highlights. We want to highlight the South. Whether it's a story about music, whether it's a story about chefs. I mean, I know a lot of chefs.
A lot of food.
You like to cook. Yeah, the South has been known for their food for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had the pleasure one time of cooking with Dookie Chase, believe it or not.
I don't know who
Dookie Chase restaurant in New Orleans, famous restaurant.
Okay.
And she came I was in Montgomery, Alabama, and she came to the Montgomery Country Club. And I'll never forget, she asked me, I said, Chef Dookie, I'm from Folsom, Louisiana. She goes, the heck you are. I said, no, I really am. I'm from Folsom, Louisiana. She goes, well, if you are.
You don't know what Folsom is unless you're from Louisiana.
unless you're from this area.
You have a gas station.
And she said, well, if you're from the South and from Folsom, Louisiana, answering this question, answer it quickly. I said, what is that? She goes, what's the difference between Southern cooking and Creole cooking? I said, well, that's easy. Southern cooks overcook everything. Creole cooks know how to cook. She's like, you're from Folsom, Louisiana. She was a wonderful person. Wonderful person. I enjoyed cooking with her.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's really interesting. Dookie Chase restaurant, famous restaurant.
I love to eat. So
we gotta go try it.
I eat a little too much.
Yeah, well,
there's a lot of cameras on me, right?
Well, we get older and we get more, I guess, at rest with our bodies, I think.
Somebody told me it was called love weight.
Love weight?
The older you get, the more people fall in love with you, and the larger you get, you just got more to share.
You got more to share. Yeah, well, of course, my mother, probably your family also, if you're sad, you eat. If you're happy, you eat. Let's go out to dinner, you celebrate. Well, you're upset, let's go have dinner.
Just my comfort food. Well, I used to be a lot more active.
Yeah.
When I was younger,
right.
I did sports and I traveled with the band all the time.
Right.
So I ate like shit. I ate nothing but.
And kept going.
Yeah. But I was always doing something.
Right.
You get older, a little bit more stagnant. So
you got to work for a living. You got to slow down. Yeah, it seems like you slow down, right?
You have to slow down.
You have to. Yeah.
I would love to
do the things we used to do.
Yeah. I would love to be able to jump off the back of a pickup truck and feel like my knees are going to catch me whenever I hit the ground.
I like to get in the back of a pickup truck.
Oh man, like I was at work the other day and I was going to jump off of a load gate and I was like,
Not
Nope,
gonna happen.
I'm gonna put myself down with the little game. Just push the button.
Wait till you're getting wiser in your old age. Wait till you get my age. You're gonna say, hey, youngster, get up the truck, get that.
Yeah, I'm the oldest one there.
Yeah, are you really? Oh, wow.
I can't ask anybody to do it.
That's funny.
And I'm not that old, I don't think. You guys tell me. So.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Look, please, any input you have, look, again, Sunday, please come out. I ask as friends.
Yes, please.
Between the two of us, we have a lot of friends out there, a lot of acquaintances, we should say, also. And if you're not busy Sunday, after the Saints game, please come out.
It's just for a good cause.
It is.
Nothing outside of that. We don't care what your walk of life is.
Right.
Just help a family out, and if you guys come up to us, if you see us,
please say hi.
And say, hey, we love what you did, just trying to get this out. Can you make a situation we have aware?
Correct.
Come on.
Be glad
let's
to.
talk,
Be glad. We want to get back to the community. The community's been so good to both of us.
Yeah,
I mean, our family on Sweet Days Barbecue for years and supported. The Cardi family has it now. They're doing great. Everybody supports your local business. Come together like this to help this young man out. Oh my goodness. The outpour of generosity that I've seen so far, Jay, I mean, all the people that are included in organizing this event, please come out. Support Georgie.
Yep, that's it.
Georgie's strong, and let's keep it real, and I guess we'll see y'all soon.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to cover?
I think we're good, man.
I think we're good.
You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you guys on Sunday.
See you Sunday. Again, it's Southern Highlights with Todd and Sean, and we'll see y'all soon. Okay?
All right, perfect.
Thank you.